Hello.
Hey, Rita.
Hi.
Hello.
Hey, guys.
Hey.
Hey.
Hi, guys.
Hello. How's everyone?
Doing all right?
Kind of late, but okay. Here, at least.
What time zone are you?
Well, I'm in Israel, so it's 12 a.m. right now.
Like,
That's pretty late.
is the morning one better for you?
With like the
Our
meeting
morning
last
one?
week.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like 8 p.m. I think. Yeah, so it was better, but I don't mind.
Should we get started? We have a lot of agenda items this week.
Just to be considerate, should we maybe flip the time a little bit so that folks who have a hard time may be able to get to their items first, and then we can triage issues at the 30-minute mark? Does that work? Cool.
Yeah, sounds good. So let's move Erez's items first.
Yeah,
I don't mind, but okay, it's fine by me.
that way, if you don't care about the rest of the agenda, you can just drop.
Yeah.
Trying to make it easier for you.
No, it's okay. I loved being here last week. Being in this open talk.
Okay. So do you want to talk about your item first?
I just 2 PLs. I just once not being I didn't get a new review, which was the 2110. I think it's the one. It's supposed to add like rules for every component. So if I want to add like what you call it, rules in a role. Okay, so now you only added for the controller manager, but for the audit and all the webhook and the CRD and the label namespaces, you didn't do it. So I just made a PR for that. And the other one is just adding wildcards. Just wanted to see if everything's okay and if I need to change anything. Also, thanks Ernest and Max for helping me with my PRs.
Yeah. So for the first one mentioned, the 2110. Surtesh, I was just waiting for you to LGTM before I looked at it personally. It's a helm change.
Yeah, well, I'll take a look at it. I don't see anything like out of place.
And the other one was, for me, was basically good. I think I had like one comment on a test that, like, asking for one more test that I'm guessing already got dealt with since like an hour or so ago.
Yeah, the issue was that you couldn't put a label, names, an asterisk on the end and the start both ways. So you couldn't like, I want to search all my prod environments, and the namespace selector should have like hyphen prod hyphen or hyphen production hyphen. It wasn't supported, so I wanted to add a support for it.
Should we add an E2E for that one? I think we test one of the the star ones, the asterisk ones. I don't know which one. I don't remember. Would we want to enable this instead, or is the current one fine?
I mean, if we have any kind of end-to-end tests, that's probably fine. Like end-to-end tests aren't meant to cover all code paths, right? Versus unit tests are more thorough. And if we already have an end-to-end test, like hitting the prefix matcher, or whatever that class is called, then we know it's wired in, and from the unit test, we know prefix matcher works. So we should be good.
Yep, sounds good to me.
Okay, so I just wait for the more comments, and hopefully I hope this will get in before the release of 3.9.
Yeah, unless anyone has any like objections to infix matching, which I think I'm the closest one to having them, but I'm fine with it. That would be the only risk I would see for this PR.
There was another question related to just wildcard in general for mutation. Someone was asking, this is on Slack. Someone was asking about substring wildcard support for subpath. I asked them to open an issue, but yeah.
Substring wildcard support for subpath.
I think subpath takes in like a wildcard today, but not substrings.
Subpath explicitly, like it's a fully defined path, and it needs to be a subpath of the actual mutation location.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know of any.
So like name colon wildcard. This is our.
Yeah. Oh.
And I think they wanted like name colon registry / star.
Yeah, I think they were trying to match something in the image for like a star,
Yeah.
like all tags.
I don't think we support that, but I just want to make sure I am correct.
We do not currently support that. We would not support matching against arbitrary fields, right? It has to be against the identifier field, essentially.
Yeah. The location, you mean?
Yeah, for mutation location, it's going to be like the pod name or the port, or sorry, container name or the port number. Basically the uniqueness key, I think it's called in the Kubernetes API reference. I think it would be fun to I want to like double check I'm not wrong in this, but I think it would be fine to do not regex, but like wildcard type matching on those fields though. Because then it's, yeah, the name should be immutable anyway. Yeah, so I don't really see a problem with that off the top of my head.
Okay.
To be clear, it wouldn't be trivial, right? Because we'd have to change how we're parsing.
Right. That's why I asked them to open an issue so that we can track it. And if we can't do it, why we can't do it, or what are the considerations. Anyway, this thing just kind of reminded me of that.
So yeah, you can guys move on to the next thing, I guess.
I see close stale PRs and first 30 minutes for triage, but if we want to like invert that, we have the bot topic, 3.9, and third-party integrations. I'm guessing third-party integrations is the other one that has maintainers behind it. Is that
Yeah,
Right.
not one. Somebody's trying to get pod monitor. I am not exactly sure what it is. I think it's Prometheus, maybe.
Yeah, it's for Prometheus, I guess. But I mean, you should all. They didn't try to check if they have like capabilities of monitoring in that cluster. So I can.
I think in here the concern is adding something to the Helm chart where we don't test or know how it works. Because like over time it's going to break. Something's going to change and we won't know how to fix it. So my
And it-
suggestion for them was to move to contrib repo, and seems like that's more open.
Yeah, contrib repo, because we explicitly sort of say like at your own risk, for sure. And the other sort of meta point here is, even if this thing is like hyper stable and never changes, why this? Why not like cert? Was it manager?
Or
Or
manager. Yeah.
why not insert other third-party product here, overlapping third-party products, and not all of those will, first of all, be stable, but do we have the time to vet, to identify those? Can we do that accurately? If we have conflicting dependencies, how do they, the Helm chart could get pretty complicated at that point, to just sort of like have those two options, and also version skew, right? Like the assumption that clusters have something installed, or to install it for them, is not necessarily accurate, right? Like you could get into trouble by clobbering someone's install of, say, Prometheus, or conversely, you're relying on a different configuration version than they have installed, right? So unless there's like no other way to do it and it's incredibly valuable, that's my feeling, is the precedent is a dangerous one to mess with for that.
It sounds
Yeah.
like they already had the gatekeeper chart as a dependency before. So it's definitely possible by just like essentially vendoring in the gatekeeper chart.
I mean, you can, if you have the Prometheus operator installed in your cluster, they can just add the Prometheus annotations on your deployment, which is available via the chart, and you don't have to create a pod monitor. You can add just maybe a Prometheus scrape-like label, and it will add it to the deployment, and that way you support the Prometheus way.
Yeah, because there's alternatives. Excuse me.
And if you do the annotation, you're not like depending on any other like API. It's just annotation. It doesn't do anything.
One person's convenience is another person's inconvenience too.
Yeah, so in the issue, we did suggest add the dependency and work on add it to like a consuming chart, right? But I don't think they're pretty motivated to add it to the project home, the gatekeeper home chart.
I'm not clear if anyone's disagreeing here.
Oh no, no one's disagreeing. I'm just saying, how do we respond? Yeah.
I mean, I think Max's comments were valid. Yeah, I'm 100% in agreement.
Did you add a comment?
On the,
Well, I monologued.
oh, just comments just now.
Oh, I see.
I mean, I could say no. I've said no to similar things before. If
I mean, I referenced your initial no to in an issue actually. So it was basically the same thing.
yeah, like yes, it'd be convenient for you, but there are other ways to make this convenient for you, and it has an ongoing cost to add it in. So
Okay. So sounds like we're all in agreement. Should we
Are you
move-
good to comment on it, Max? And then we can close it after that.
yeah, I can't
Okay.
comment on it right now because I realize GitHub signed me out on this computer, but I'll comment on it today.
You can also add that he can use the annotations if he wants. Those are like the scrape one and which are also valid again.
Right. So Prometheus, well, and there's already a knob for adding annotations.
Yeah, so it's pretty much like prometheus.io/scrape true, port 8888, path metrics. That's all you need. And you don't need another resource for that.
Nice.
Do you want
Alright.
to comment in the issue as well? Or PR, I guess? Guess not.
No is never fun to say. Anyway. Add periodic. Okay, so what's the next topic?
Do we talk about the periodic tests? I don't know.
I
I
thought
think we talked about it.
Yeah, why is this guy here?
I don't know.
Was there any follow-ups there? Other than maybe next steps, I guess?
Yeah, I think we already have it. I think we need to add the table. That's what we said, right?
Well, and the tests, right? Or
Yeah,
like
and the test, and then the cron job test, yeah.
Okay.
And then the other PR is merged that clarifies the supported versions of Gatekeeper works with supported versions of Kubernetes. I think we can remove this one because we discussed this.
Yeah, we know we want it.
Okay.
Oh yeah, it's right below. It's copied from last week.
Yeah. What about the bot to
bot.
close inactive? Yeah, I think we didn't get the chance to talk about that last time.
We do have a lot of stale PRs and issues.
I mean, you have issues from 2019, 2018, so that's
Yeah,
that's
we've been
literally it.
triaging in this call.
And this is after triaging.
Yeah.
I mean, as long as we can mark some of them as keepers, I don't think I mind the bots. Particularly, there's probably some issues stuck in there that are like operational where the person never followed up with answers to like questions or something. Those aren't helpful, but ones that are like good design ideas or something to take note of, oh, this is an interest people have. I do see value in those, though. I guess as the issue count grows, they get lost. So, yeah, marking keepers, keeping the number of keepers small, seems like a good idea.
Can we freeze issues with the stale bot? Like certain issues, it never closes.
I mean, we could use certain labels for that and then just have the bot filter those out.
I've seen people add comments saying like freeze in other K8s repos.
I mean,
That's because the bot uses that.
But you have to
command.
periodically say that, I think. Like every 30 days, you have to say, like, hold or something.
you can do exempt on issues with labels.
Like currently we have the triaged label, right? Whenever
also-
we've gone through it, we
Right.
just
Okay.
add the triaged label.
Yeah, we
So
need like
we-
a don't touch label.
So we could have the bot filter those out.
You can also add like bugs don't close.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, this is issues with these labels will never be considered stale. Okay, and then I think the default ones are pinned and security.
Hmm.
So are we good with the stale button?
Yeah, is it hard to do?
No, I think it's just like click.
I mean, one thing we should probably think about is like how much time we should give the bot to close something to give the maintainers time to triage. Especially when we first turn it on, I'm afraid that we're going to have too many of these. The bot deems that it's too old, and if we don't have time to triage them, then they're all going to get closed if we don't respond with anything.
Yeah, I wonder if there's like, we could have like a 2-tiered system, right? Like where anything after the bot gets instantiated, be it like a month or 6 months or whatever is reasonable.
Yeah. Like a 30-day, 60 days kind of thing.
Yeah. And,
So the 60 day is the default one for staleness, and then 7 is close.
yeah, but then everything that predates the bot and is, well, let's just say everything that predates the bot, I don't know, you don't want to like close them all at once at any point, I wouldn't think, because that's just a lot of, that's going to be a lot of emails that we will then like sift through to like make sure we're not closing anything we want to open, I'd imagine. So like, do we just like do it by month or something like that? All the things for this month in the previous years get closed? Is that a thing we could do?
By the way, it looks up the last updated, so it's not the last create. It's like date created, it's date updated. So if you do like 60 days and you commented like last week, it has like 50 more days. But if you haven't commented in from 2020, it will put it stale.
And I think those will be like the bot will comment on those, so they'll be updated again. So we'll have a chance to look at those because they'll be rising in the issue list.
I guess it's not bad if it like is trying to close 200 issues, right? 200 isn't so bad that it's like unsiftable.
Yeah, and you can do like a triage call and just get through it pretty fast.
Pretty fast.
I mean, does the Kubernetes repo has like a bot?
Yeah.
What are
Yeah.
what
The Kubernetes bot is fancy. It has so many different things.
what does it mean?
There's literally like a team that maintains a bot. So
Oh, okay.
it's too fancy for this project.
Wow,
Okay,
Rita.
Can,
Wow.
can't you
Serious.
can't you just import it? Import it?
I mean, if we got bodies to support the logic, I guess.
And I'm guessing it's like hooked up to Prow and all that stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
It's all like spaghetti.
I think it's probably too much for this project, like too complicated.
How dare you? How dare you?
What, you want to maintain that thing? Like,
No, but I'm saying I'm worth it. You know, we're worth it.
okay. Okay, so what I heard was bot should look at last updated and comment if it's stale So should we like define what stale means here? Like more than 30 days?
The default is 60. So if
Oh,
you wanna
okay.
change
So
it.
more, let's just do default first and then we can reiterate. Does that sound good?
What is stale means pending closure or stale means closed?
That we haven't touched it in 60 days, I think.
Yeah, so it's gonna comment on it saying, hey, this is stale. If you want to keep this alive, then make a comment on it. And then if nobody makes a comment on it, it'll close in a week.
Okay.
Yeah, so let's go with more than 60 days first. And then when we triage, we can triage those first.
I think so. Because they are
Uh,
going to be updated.
yeah.
That's going to be like most of our issues.
I know. That's what I'm saying. The first one is going to be terrible.
Yeah.
So yeah, maybe we should have a dedicated meeting for that. And we'll just go, like speed through them. And then what do we say about like if, let's say, hypothetically no one or sorry, like what happens after, did someone say after 7 days, if no one touched them, then they get closed?
Yep, I pasted in the chat.
Okay.
But if
Okay.
someone's like super offended by that, they can just reopen the issue.
Yeah, totally. These are the rest of the deals.
Closes the issue. Sounds good. Are we just doing the issues or also the PRs?
PRs, like the backlog has gone down a little bit, so that's good. But
Yeah, there aren't that many PRs.
So just issues for now?
I think this does both. I don't know if you can.
You can in the upper section, you can in the start of the closed issues, you can permissions pull request, I think. You can just say don't.
Okay, either way is fine. Yeah.
All right, so I say whenever we are turning on the bot, maybe right after that, we should schedule a triage meeting. Does that sound like a good plan? Or we could turn it on right before this call.
I mean, we'll have 60 days to respond.
No, you have 7 days, right?
No, we have
7 days.
60 plus 7 days, so 67 days. So when we turn on the bot, it's going to look at like all the old issues that are older than 60 days and mark them as stale.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. So it's not going to give them 60 days again from the start.
That's why I'm saying when
I
we
see.
do the triage meeting, it should be less than 7 days, or they're all just gonna get closed. I don't
see
think that's what we
Davis and
want.
Max clone themselves again.
that's how we're gonna get through the triage.
Apparently.
Then we're gonna deal with things prestige style after that.
I mean, should we change the days until close then to something else, like 2 weeks or something?
Oh, you can also do days before PR close, you can put -1 and it just never does it. Will never be closed automatically.
Oh,
Which kind of defeats the
yeah,
purpose.
that's defeats the
No,
purpose.
but that's only on PRs, not issues.
Oh, I see.
So it's just like if set to negative number. You can do like this thing.
So 14 days? What do people think?
That's fine, I think.
14 days?
Sure. You can always change it later.
All right. Okay. We're at the 30-minute mark. Any questions about the release 3.9?
Anything?
Yeah, I think they're due for a release. It's been 2 months.
Yeah, sorry if I'm mispronouncing your name, Riz, but you want your PRs in that release if possible, right?
I want mostly the asterisk, the wildcards one. That will be the most helpful one.
Gotcha.
Because that's even if it's a patch like I don't know if you want it as a patch, minor or release. So even if it's a minor patch release, it's okay. But you know what I mean.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so it sounds like we don't really have a bunch of pending PRs blocking that release. So cool. Triage time.
So let's set up a date for it. So
Okay.
assuming these are all get merged.
What is it?
Next Wednesday.
July. What day is it?
6th.
All right. Cool.
And then we can adjust if they were not merged.
Okay.
Yeah, I think we should also merge the TLS for the external data, and I think we should be good after that.
Okay. Cool. Anything else?
I think the TLS also fixes the issue with creating a dev environment, which I had.
Huh?
There was an issue with tilt when you make tilt, it wouldn't start the pods. Ernest PR fixes it.
Huh. For
In the TLS PR?
Yeah, I think, right, Ernest? If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ernest
are
and
we
the fix
talking
for
about
the there. So yeah.
tilt?
Ernest is here.
Are you
Sorry,
talking
what-
about? Yeah. Are you talking about tilts?
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I have a fix for tilt. Yeah, it's not working in master right now. So
Cool. Okay. I mean,
it's TLS PR. We're releasing what are we cutting? Like 3.9
3.9,
actual or 3.9 like beta?
3.9 actual.
Actual 0.
Do we want any soak time for the TLS PR?
We could cut an RC then. Does that sound good?
Yeah.
Okay.
That was easy.
So let's cut an RC on next week then,
Okay.
on Wednesday, and then we can cut a release like after that, give it one
A
more week
week
maybe.
later.
Yeah.
Cool.
I'll update the milestone.
Okay. Triage time. Who wants to drive? Don't everybody volunteer now. Bueller? Bueller?
I think you should let the bot start.
Randomly pick a person.
I like that.
I do like that actually.
Why
Anyone?
don't you make an AI bot for triage stuff? I feel like you could. Anyway.
Anyone?
I can do it, I guess. Let me.
Okay.
Awesome.
Thanks,
Closing.
Bueller. Does anyone understand that reference?
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
That not the Bieleracker, but one of those dudes is in Succession. Is like the eldest brother.
I have no idea what that is.
Oh, Kendall.
Not Kendall.
Oh
the
no,
guy
yeah, the other guy.
running for president or whatever.
Yeah. I forgot his name. Yeah, that's a really good show.
What are you guys talking
Yeah,
Succession, the HBO show.
about? Oh, I don't. Yeah, HBO is too fancy for me.
Oh wow, chatbot or triage bots, HBO.
What's going on today?
okay. I am sharing now. Let me know when you guys can see it.
Connor, that's the character's name.
Oh, Connor. Yeah. Can everybody see my screen?
Mhm.
Good.
Yep.
Yeah, least recently updated, right? Okay, forget everything.
Yeah.
Okay. So the first one is I'll drop it in the chat also.
I think we have this one. Is this for Helm or is it?
Yeah, sounds like with the Helm.
Doesn't really matter because you just create a config for it.
Yeah, this was probably before we had the config name exclusion too.
Yeah, it was added in 3.5.
Oh yeah, this is so old. 3.11. Yeah.
It was added in 3.5 and the asterisk was added in 3.6. Sorry. I watched the PRs.
Oh, that makes me happy.
I needed to know when was that exchanged.
Real users.
But we don't have this today, right? The exempt namespace one with Helm.
No, you don't create. You create a custom resource definition, but you don't create custom resources. You just pointed the. Just need to add the custom resource, just a kubectl apply, and that's it.
No, I mean the exempt namespace in the deployment. We can. I don't think we can do multiple ones.
I mean, do you look also in the deployment and also in the config itself?
Yeah, we have two ways of doing that.
There is a
yeah.
flag for exempt namespaces.
Oh, there's multiple ones? Or just one?
What do you mean multiple ones?
So I think that this user is asking for.
Yeah, there's values controller manager exempt namespaces. I assume audit also gets the same treatment. Audit deployments.
Yeah, I think it's an array.
Oh yeah, exempt namespace is an array.
Yeah, it's not on audit, but it wouldn't do anything for audit anyway. So yeah, we have it.
Yeah, maybe.
Okay.
Here, let me see if it's in the README. It is actually in the README.
Yeah, it is in the README.
Yeah, so you can point them to it, I guess.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's been 2 years.
Oh, there it is. No, this is label exempted namespaces. Enable exempted additional labels. Okay.
Yeah, so you can point them to that README and that parameter.
Oh, that's additional labels. That's slightly different one than.
Oh, that's different. Okay.
But
that's what they want, right?
Well, they want to add in additional namespaces to the exempt namespaces flag, right? Allow for multiple. Whereas the additional labels is they want to have other labels than gatekeeper.sh/exempt or whatever the label is.
Yep, I found this one. It's 1408 developer day.
Okay. Right. That is what I linked. What I pasted though, right? That's the field that I would have to provide in order to add that.
I don't know what got pasted, but I saw one that was about adding additional labels.
This one,
labels that would lead to exemption, which is slightly different.
Why
Go ahead.
Why don't you just create the custom resource when you install Helm chart instead of adding it to the deployment itself? Just an idea.
Which custom resource is this?
The
think-
config one.
Config.
I mean, just
So we have
create
a
the
page, Erez, we have a page that describes the differences between them. Let me link that to you.
I mean, you have this one which
There's two of them, and then there's like a difference between.
Yeah.
So one of them is done on the webhook level,
Hmm.
and then one of them is on the gatekeeper level.
So if you exempt it using the exempt namespaces flag and applying a label to the namespace, gatekeeper never gets called. So if you want to be extra sure that gatekeeper being down isn't going to interfere with a critical namespace, like say cube system, that's the best way to do that. Because if you are using the config thing, right, if gatekeeper is down, it's still gonna reach out and it's gonna get like a, hey, this thing is down response, right? So if you're say failing closed, that would lead to a rejection.
okay. Yeah, I got it.
Okay, I closed this one. I
Mhm.
commented. It should be good.
Yeah, so that is what I pasted in the chat, by
Yep.
the way.
Yep, I copy pasted there. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Cool. The next one is WebAssembly support.
Oh, yeah. Triage, please. Like, we're not gonna close this, right?
Yeah.
Moving on.
Okay.
No, let's design it.
That's pretty fast.
Okay. I think this is also here.
Yeah, I think it's there.
Yeah.
This is also in.
I'll just say this is added in Helm chart. Please reopen if needed. Is that to the Helm chart? Good. All right, moving on. Okay. Oh, I thought we talked about this. Oh, this is, I think, the duplicate of that one. Selectively remove OPA cache data upon config set changes.
Yeah, we still need to fix this.
Yeah, I
Right
think
now-
this is a duplicate, but I don't remember where the other one is. I'll mark it as triage though. Okay. Add semantic logging for syncing resources. Do we not have this one? Let's see.
Do we not have this?
I don't
You
think we
opened,
do.
yeah, you opened the issue.
Yeah.
Who remembers things from 2 years ago? Just kidding.
I thought we had a document here.
Log it.
I don't think we do.
We probably want to make that disablable
Hmm.
if we do add it. Here,
Mm,
I don't think we have this, right? I'll mark this as triage.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Okay.
But nobody's asking for it.
Yeah.
yeah, I'm fine with not implementing it if no one's in dire desire to see what's synced.
Then should we just
This is already
close it?
existing.
I think it's good to have it open just so we know what's missing.
Okay,
Because if this wasn't there, then we wouldn't know this was missing.
good point. But the bot would just keep reminding us of it, though.
Yeah. I mean, you specifically.
I'm happy to close it though. Just kidding.
Yeah, we don't semantically log right now.
Yeah.
This-
Alright, the
this
next
is-
one.
This is you have. I just used it yesterday.
Huh?
Developers like how to set up a dev environment with the tilt and all that.
Yeah, we have this today. I
Actually, we
think.
could probably close this.
Yeah.
I don't know why I didn't close it.
It's pretty old. I don't think we had
Yeah.
it before. Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead
You were
and close it.
distracted by the other.
Okay, let me link to the docs, and then we can close that. Developers, yeah, there it is.
Hey, developers.
Docs, added in developers. Okay, cool.
Okay. Let's see. Mm,
I'll paste the issue in chat. It's pretty long.
Thank you.
I think we added this recently. See.
Yeah. Isn't there like an issue about this right now?
No, I think we added this one. This one, GV in status violation.
In commission status. Oh yeah. But this is for the event.
I think this is also in the logs. This is the constraints. I think same thing, right? These are also going to be in the constraints.
Yeah,
That's the constraint. Yeah.
This one, yeah.
Yeah.
This one is logs and events, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Are we good to close this one then? Since we are doing group inversion.
It's kind of funny that this issue, I think there were some pushbacks for not wanting to include it, right?
Wait, what? There was?
I mean, it was you, Max, I think.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think I would have. Yeah, I'm a little confused by that too. What's this issue number? 898?
Yeah, it's on the chat.
All right, let's see here. A reference to the object that caused the policy violation is included in the events.
Oh, this is also events. I don't know how we get into events here.
Maybe they just meant the event that caused that writes the violation or whatever.
Oh, they're using this event exporter thing, I think. I don't know what this is.
Oh, so yeah, I might have been pushing back on please don't use events for this. And also just sort of knitting on version isn't technically important for the violating object, for finding the violating objects. Group would be. But it is, I think, useful information in terms of how the object violated, right? Like it could tell you what the constraint.
Right, but as you saw from the other PR for audit, this was added.
Yeah, we already have this today. It's not in it's just very recently.
Yeah.
Yeah, the remainder of this is saying, is talking about like how to stream audit events.
Right, I think it becomes like a event sort of thing or some other discussion.
Right, I'm just referring to your comment about the version isn't always very accurate because it could be multiple, right?
Yeah,
like where we're writing as a violating thing may not be the thing that the user deployed, right?
So depends on what you mean by thing and the definition of is. But so the version of a resource is moot in terms of like, if I want to request it from the API server, right? It's the same object no matter what version I'm requesting. So in terms of identifying the unhappy resource version is moot. You may want to have version for understanding, hey, why did this violate? It looks like it's fine when I look at v1, and it turns out v1 beta 1 has a different format that causes a constraint template to violate. So that's where I could see use for version. And then there's another sort of issue on Gatekeeper right now that's interesting, where they want to use Gatekeeper to detect uses of versions that are soon to be deprecated.
Yep. Which it's hard to flag because it will be using the new one.
Yeah, well, and audit would be useless for that, right? Because audit just scrolls through all versions. So it's not going to detect usage, it's going to detect availability. But webhook, you might be able to at least get some metrics on, is the usage of deprecated version 0 or not.
So for the recent change that added the API version to the audit, should we mention that nuance in, I mean, documentation for one, in terms of what is actually logged here is not necessarily the violating resource potentially?
Well, it is a violating resource, right? It's just that version means something kind of weird in Kubernetes.
I think we already did this in the logs, just not in the constraint.
That's very possible.
Because I see like resource API versions here, but we just say kind in here. And then I think group is also important because there could be kind with same name, right? It's just under different groups.
Yeah, missing group is outright just.
Yeah, so this one has both API version and group, which is empty.
Yeah.
Okay, I think that's a good change. I think we need to update this though.
Include the API version.
Yeah. Let me open it.
Didn't we ask them to add a doc for this? Maybe, I don't know.
Updates audit doc to include API version and okay. So can we close this one then, going back to the original issue? Sounds like we already have what they want.
I think so. The streaming thing is still interesting, but there's probably other bugs that cover that.
Okay. Yeah, I think they should open a new issue if they want to talk about the streaming stuff. Yeah.
Because pub sub would be cool.
That's another issue.
Yep.
Oh, good.
There's another one of those.
Sorry, API version in groups. Editing. This will be cool. Going through these issues. Okay, the next one is deployment manifest in Helm chart pointing to all damage. Oh, I think they fixed this.
Yeah, this is the totally fixed now.
Yeah, okay.
Yay!
Closing.
Okay. Can we have more of these issues?
Yeah,
I
it's
like
nice.
the
Sometimes it's just bookkeeping rather than actual.
I don't think we have this.
We don't have this.
I mean, and do we want to?
We have to ask the original
The original
issue
Tyler.
creator, and then whoever plus one.
That's good. That's good. At the time, we thought it was a good idea. That's so funny. Oh my God. I mean, I guess like I could see this being useful for troubleshooting for sure, because we keep getting these issues opened and then we have to ask them to go look at the status, right?
We have it in the logs, right?
Yeah, if they know where to look in the log. But,
And
but
it sounds
these
like
aren't
we have to
these aren't
measure.
Kubernetes events though.
Right.
Yeah. I can see it being useful if they
Yeah.
monitor stuff like that.
I wouldn't like turn it down. It's just not the brightest fire I see.
Yeah.
I have a question. Do you support like Grafana dashboards? You don't have like a Grafana official dashboard or
No.
something like that, right?
No. But there is an issue for that.
I think somebody did an integration with Grafana, but we don't officially support it. It is like the Prometheus sort of thing. It's like a
Yeah,
third party.
but the Prometheus metrics that you publish, are they good enough to say like I have this constraint and it has this this number of violations and these kinds of namespaces, or?
They are not granular. We don't do like a for this constraint name or this constraint template name because of the privacy reasons. But you can say like how many templates if there is like any ingestion issue, like error, for example. So we do have those Prometheus metrics.
Privacy and cardinality is the like.
Yep.
I linked to the issue where someone added the Grafana dashboard. If you want to take a look. But we don't know how accurate it is though.
Yeah.
I'll check it out tomorrow, see if it works.
Trying to use like individual constraint names winds up being like a potential memory leak if nothing else.
We have another issue for that. So this one we are moving along, right? I marked it as triage.
Yeah,
Anything else to comment? Good. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. The next one is okay. Cluster role, gateway manager role can create CRDs. Too many permissions. I think we need this, right?
Yeah.
Can we
Otherwise-
fix this?
Gatekeeper won't work.
Well, we
thought-
locked down the permissions. We've added
Yeah.
a doc page for describing what the permissions are used for.
Mhm. So is this still a problem?
Well, I mean, if it's a problem, it's an unsolvable one. So
I mean, this won't. I mean, Gatekeeper won't work without this
Right.
because we
Yeah.
create CRDs. Yeah.
No,
We don't
but-
need to delete them. Oh, we do need to delete them.
But I
Oh,
think
it was the operator discussion. Sorry, I get confused.
But I think at the time, you know, like almost 2 years ago, we had like too much privilege permission, but now it's been stripped down, I think.
yeah, there's definitely a PR that locked down stuff, but this specific issue is just not lockdownable.
I
Right.
mean, but you do need this like permission.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I would say this would be like as intended, right?
Yep.
Yeah,
So we can close it.
Yeah.
you can
This-
point to the gatekeeper docs. Oh, I'm losing my room. Sorry.
Oh, it looks like we're on time. So this will be the last one, I guess. Where is in the docs? Do you know?
It's in the architecture operations.
Ah, okay, found it.
All right. We should
Permissions required. Bye.
Permission required. Yeah, I see.
Okay.
Okay, I'll just paste this.
Okay. All right. Talk to
Um,
you later. Bye.
See ya.
Can I ask a question for you, or you need to go?
Sure, you can ask me a question. Yeah.
So there's I saw the Grafana dashboard, and I saw that they do use something called OPA scoreboard.
Yeah, I think that's
Open
like a
for-
separate project that adds the cardinality.
Yeah, so yeah, I don't see it's like getting updated. So I don't think there is like a solution for the Grafana dashboard eventually, unless I use the OPA scoreboard to manifest what kind of constraint do I have to how many violations. Do you think
Yeah.
it's something that you do want to add? Because I can see if I can add like specific metrics, but unless
Yeah,
you
I
want
think there was an
overflow.
open PR for this. Let me find this. So somebody did try to add the extra cardinality, but it'll be an opt-in feature. Like, hey, I know the risks for this one, and I want to opt in.
Like too many events.
I think the concern was because the metrics endpoint is not authenticated, so anybody can look at it, and then you'll know what policies are in the cluster. Let me find the PR.
I mean, they do know. Oh, so yeah, but let's say. Yeah, but I only let's say I only opened the port for, you need to access the pod itself via service or via the pod itself to access those metrics, not opened via a route or an ingress. So what's the
I think
risk?
I think it's in the service. So you can access it through the service.
You don't have a server for the controller manager that opens to the metrics. You don't have one. I can tell.
I think the gatekeeper, the webhook one, is going to reach to the controller manager. I pasted the issue, by the way, the export violation details metrics 657. So that one discusses that one. If you want to take a look at it.
Let me see. Oh, this is long. Okay. Provide myself.
Yeah, and then somebody commented with the OPA scorecard thing. So that's somebody developed that project, so it exposes the cardinality of those metrics.
Yeah, you just closed this PR for inactivity.
Yeah. I mean, there's definitely interest on that one. So if you're interested in picking this up, take a look at the PR. And I think we summarized the issues with it. One of them being the memory leak. Because there's no way to clean up, if I remember correctly.
What, the metrics?
Yeah. So if there's like a specific template with exposing the metric, there's no way to clean it up, if I remember correctly.
Oh, okay. I'll check it out. Maybe Prometheus did something new. Another question that I don't think it's like this is a open source project, but all you are the maintainers. Are you all working in Microsoft? Like, because that's what I saw.
Me and Rita work on Microsoft, and then Max is Google, and Davis is Google too.
Oh, so that's cool.
Yeah. And then we have another maintainer from VMware. Apple. He used to be in VMware. He moved to Apple recently.
Oh, this is cool. Yeah. Well, I hope my PR will be included in 3.9. I have 2 PRs waiting, and I only been using Gatekeeper for a week. That's
awesome.
Fun.
Thanks for the contributions and the feedback.
Yeah, no problems. Hope for more contributions.
Cool. I got around too. Thanks again. Have a good night.
You too. Bye.